Well, hello there, my name is PolishLynx and welcome again to Everlasting Summer, because there is a new mod for it and it's called The Truth. So let's check this out while I'm still in a bit of lost voice. Well, getting sick for Christmas sucks. That's all I can tell you. And it's not the first time. I think it's the fifth year in a row that I got sick, actually, for Christmas. Or New Year, well, one of the two. White room. Completely empty white room. As I found myself in some kind of movie, it was so usual. Yeah, usual. Even that I didn't realize when I was here, there was no panic. It was only curiosity and expecting of what should simply must happen. Soon, behind me, a voice will sound. I turn around, and there, in a black leather chair will sit grey-bearded man in a totally white suit. Well, good joke. Green came from all sides, and at the same time nowhere. I turned around. Look at a full 360 degrees, but no one was there. Do not search. I'll talk to you this way, with a voice, without showing material shell. Although I don't have it. Nothing to show. Who are you? I continued to look around. Good question. I don't know. But you can call me Architect. Sovyonok calls me so. Architect. What's going on? Where am I? Did you want answers? Did you want to know how to get out? How to get back to your home world? Why, you? And so on. I nodded cautiously. Well, your efforts in the search will be rewarded. I will answer all your questions. But it will be a difficult speech. Very difficult. I wanted to ask why, but suddenly something crashed in my knees and I fell into a black leather chair. I hope you're comfortable. So, what would you like to know? I began to think. For some reason, the choosing turned out painfully difficult, like I'm doing this for the first time. What is Sovyonok? It's another world? This is my madness, coma, sleep, parallel reality? What is it? You have chosen a difficult question. My companion smiled, exhaled slowly and spoke seriously in a firm voice. Sovyonok is a game. Okay. Makes sense, at least for me. One can say it's a simulation, but it isn't so, because here nothing to emulate. Every step is programmed with lines in the code. I swallowed my pee. This option I had not considered. So, you mean I got into the computer game? There was no answer. When I started to get nervous, Architect started to speak again. No, Semyon. You've always been in it. Heart made another hit muffly and stopped. Whole body shiver. Breathing has become unbearably difficult. I grabbed the chair arms and squeezed them until the pain in the fingers. What? My voice, that came to me from somewhere from the outside, was filled with despair. Well, that's not surprising, to be honest. You're a hero of a video game, Semyon. You never got into it because you were always there. You were part of it, cause you were invented with it. What if we all are part of a game, right? Wouldn't it be a crazy thing if the life was a game? That's deep. Philosophical question. No, that's not. It's a stupid question, probably. Invented at this camp. Girls and all your adventures. The voice stumbled, but but immediately continued. You don't have the will and freedom of choice, because all your decisions makes real person. Well, that was me, supposedly. You have no voice, because the player has to associate with himself. Nobody had a voice in this game. You don't even have your own thoughts and your opinion, because the creators of many realities of Sovyonok tell you theirs. Do you remember how your double pioneer told you that all the inhabitants of Sovyonok are bots, puppets, who act only according to a specific algorithm? So, Semyon, you are a bot too. I think if there will be only the white background behind, I might actually put some picture behind. Huh. I wonder if that will be possible actually, to edit, like, to put it behind the text as well. Well, let's go with the story now. You don't have personality. You are just an in-game shell for a person from the real world. I was sitting in a chair, leaning back, listening and looking somewhere up with a completely blank face. The truth was too heavy and unbelievable to realize and accept it. After sitting a few minutes silently, I brought myself to ask one more question. If I decide to find out the truth, I have to go to the end, right? What's the reality? I know I don't remember all those cycles, but the realities? I think at that moment you remember only the current reality with its branchings. I call it the standard history. But do you want to remember and others? Blink. Closing my eyes, I nodded slightly. What is the difference? How could it be worse? Suddenly something in my head exploded, spun around and sank at the same time. I reflexively opened my eyes and suddenly realized that I remember everything. I remember all my lives. All of my adventures. I remember all the stories. Who is that? Who is that? Here I went to Sovyonok, which is in that history power ward after a death from a shot. There I fall in love with Lena, which found in real life when I came back. But, well, it's not the same hair color, I think. Okay, if, of course, that word now can be called real. Now that's hair for sure. Here is another story. American girl Samantha came to the camp, which I immediately liked and with whom I have mutual feelings. Who's Samantha? There was no Samantha! Or someone, I don't know. There was no Samantha! In the third story I created with Alice and Miku the band, and we were on the scene in the camp. That's true. That happened, right? I think there was something like that. Well, it's been a while since I played Everlasting Summer actually. In the fourth, I met with Slavia during re-entry in Sovyonok. She remembered me and we had a wonderful time. Well, kind of. The truth is that Slavia was our first girl through entire game. Well, yeah, in the first playthrough she was the first. And here Miko is teaching me how to play bass guitar. I'm happy because in the story I love this sweet girl. And here's the same reality with Samantha. However, my heart is not choosing her, but Alice. Okay, who is Samantha? Uliana, in this story we are having fun, and therefore have become very close. Who is Samantha? Now that will be bothering me for a while. Mind that seemed to not stand so many memories, it was clear and clean. I could remember an event like they happened to me at the same time, and if I was being smashed into millions and billions Semyons at the same time allowed to live in all these stories, and then again combined into one and combining all the memories too. It was very strange, but for some reason, I could get an experienced event from my memory with such ease. If I took the bulb out of the box. Well, how are you? Confused, because I had no idea who's Samantha. Your life is versatile, isn't it? Suddenly came to the voice of the architect. And you said that all these stories are just lines of code in the computer. It's also realistic. I closed my face with hands, and I realized myself. My thoughts. I can choose. Is it possible that even now someone is controlling me, my thoughts and actions? No, now I have separated you from the player and gave the intellect. But the player can read what's happening. He's just watching all this, but cannot affect you. Yeah. That's just what I said, basically. The voice of the architect felt encouragemently. You mean, now I'm real? An individual with his personality, since you gave me the intellect. I jumped from the chair with hope. Maybe I, like Pinocchio, could become a real boy. Well, not exactly. Architect hesitated, destroying all my hopes for recovery. We'll just say it is a pseudo-intellect. The player cannot affect you, and it feels as if it's really you talking and thinking. But in fact, even this reality was written by creator of history. So, even the meeting with you, not something extraordinary, but just another story. Another reality. Yes, Semyon. We have met countless times, simply because it was written in the script of the game. I don't remember seeing Architect before. In the end, I always wiped out your memory, and you continued to live in all these parallel worlds of Sovyonok, to finally get a meeting with me and learn everything and then forget again and embark on another cycle. I fell into the chair. Strength was not. Mind was not. In my heart and in my head there was only emptiness. Now that it's problematic. I don't know how long I sat. For a few seconds, minutes, hours. Is there a difference? Anyway, I have all eternity. Semyon, it's time. The architect's voice brought me out of thought. Time for what? I opened my eyes and got up. Let's go. Time for what? Yo, time for what? Don't tell me another story. Suddenly I felt a slight tingling throughout the body. I tried to twitch, but nothing came of it. My body was paralyzed. That's what I thought. That's what I thought would happen. And now, I will erase your memory about the meeting and send you on. I felt the architect smile encouragingly. Games are being played, stories are being written, and, therefore, you must continue to play a role. Goodbye, Semyon. Up to new stories. Up to new meetings. Well, I would actually don't mind to go with some story, because I want to know who is Samantha. I don't know, maybe I'm just being I need to Google this. Because it's freaking... Everlasting summer. Samantha. Mind was recovered to live. Okay. Oh, of course. So basically, what I can see, Samantha was brought in one of the molds and wait a second. 10 days, 3 days translated for, oh, of course. So basically it's supposed to have 10 days, so basically, well, let's say 10 chapters, and only 3 are translated into English, and that means the rest are in Russian, and that makes it impossible for me to play, unfortunately. Well, we'll see, maybe we'll meet Samantha someday in the future. We'll see. Alright, that was Everlasting Summer, a little bit of a comeback just before Christmas. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next game. Bye.